Hi, it's Dr. Marco. We're here for the weekly health tip, continuing in our series of doing the opposite of what they tell you to do. So we've already hit cholesterol, fat, the sun, and exercise. So this week we're going to be talking about calories in, calories out. So like I said, the big myth, everyone was saying just try to avoid fat, try to decrease your fat, try to decrease your calories. And there's this whole idea is even if I eat a lot of junk, I'll just go exercise more and I'll burn it off. Or, it doesn't really matter what you eat as long as you're exercising, burn that engine quicker and it'll burn more fuel and you'll be okay. Really doesn't work that way. And the food you're eating, there's drastic differences in the quality of the food. So the biggest problem in North America is we're eating a lot of big meals that have a lot of low amount of quality. So for example, if I have a good salad with a lot of different elements to it, beets and carrots and shredded broccoli and cauliflower and lots of different leaves, and that's a lot of dense nutrition with a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, good fats, all sorts of things are in there. If I have a big bowl of pasta, it's just a lot of grain, very little, it's a lot of macronutrients, but very little micronutrients like minerals and things like that are so important for our health. So it's just a lot of quantity, but so we actually say North Americans, even though we're stuffing our faces like crazy, eating lots of quantity, we're actually starving our body and our brains and our health because we're not getting the vitamins and minerals that we really should be getting. So just as an example, let's just say we're going to talk about 100 calories, okay? So 100 calories from a piece of bread as opposed to 100 calories from broccoli. Very different in how that's handled in your body. So the bread, even if it's good whole wheat bread, that's going to be the whole myth we're going to talk about next week. So whole wheat bread, white bread, doesn't matter what it is, it's actually going to be spiking your insulin and spiking your blood sugar. That's like taking like 3 or 4 teaspoons of sugar just like that. So this is going to cause a big spike in your blood sugar, a big spike in your insulin. Both of those things are detrimental for your health. If you're having broccoli, there's good fats in it, there's fiber, lots of vitamins and minerals, handled extremely differently, very little change in your blood sugar and your insulin levels. So those two things, this will have a great tendency to make your body store fat. This will have very little effect on that, and it will probably help you burn fat, or at least keep you stable. So even though it's the same amount of calories, it's a very different response on the inside of your body. So the whole idea of just they say just exercise more. If you burn more calories during the day, you'll lose fat, but it really doesn't work that way. As I mentioned in that exercise video from a couple of weeks ago, how you exercise is important too. So if you're trying to burn fat while you're exercising, it messes up your hormones and it actually makes you store fat and get stressed out and it causes a lot of problems. If you do burst or surge training, you're burning out all the sugar and your body's burning fat for the next couple of days. So, how the calories are burned and stuff while you're exercising is not really that important, and how the calories of the food you're eating, the quality of the food, massive difference in the two things. Like if I'm putting in 100 calories of coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, and then I compare that to 100 calories of a diet, or of a Coke, let's say a soft drink, totally different, right? And so, just like, even if we just compare like a fruit juice and a fruit, right? Like a cup, to make a cup of orange juice, there's probably about maybe 5 to 8 oranges actually in there, the sugar of that many oranges. But one orange is the orange, but what else is in the orange? There's lots of fiber, lots of connecting elements and pectins and all these other things in there, lots of vitamins and all that stuff. After you squeeze the orange, it starts to get oxidized, and if you're getting the orange juice on the store shelf, it's been sitting there for a long time, they're deodorizing it and adding fragrances to it, even if they say it's 100% natural. Even if you're adding the pulp to it, it's just minimal compared to the actual fiber of the orange. And then that white stuff that's on the skin of the orange on the inside, sometimes that remains, and that's actually really healthy for your body and has a lot of great benefits. So it would be really hard for me to eat 8 oranges in the 1 minute that it's going to take me to drink that, right? That's going to take me like 20 to 30 seconds to drink the sugar of 6 to 8 oranges. Once again, what's going to happen there? Insulin spike, blood sugar spike, horrible for your health, storing fat. Here, not too much, just a slow little gain probably. The fiber slows down the absorption, getting a lot of good vitamins and minerals and everything, because it's actually the fruit. After the fruit has been out there for a while, exposed to the environment, even if you're juicing it yourself, so that's a little bit better. But if you're going to get it in the store, it's pasteurized and they've been storing it for a long time, and it's just basically dead water with a lot of sugar in it, basically. So once again, even if it's 100 calories, comparing them, totally different handled in your body, very, very different as far as its impact on your health and in your, your fat storing and everything else. So this whole idea of calories in, calories out the window, counting calories, you shouldn't even be doing that really. You should just be conscious about eating real food. If you're eating real food, that'll cause a lot less of this. And if you're pushing it more towards a lot more vegetables and natural things like seeds, and healthy nuts, lots of good fats. The more fat you put in your diet, the less you're eating these sweets and sugars and those kind of things. And a lot of good healthy fish and meat sources and those kind of things. Free range, lots of eggs, healthy eggs, all that kind of stuff that I keep talking about. Free range stuff, organic, grass fed. Those are all the things you want to be looking for. So that's your health tip for this week. If that was helpful, please share it. We'd like to see you in the office again if you'd like an appointment at our office to have a good neurological, spine and neurological exam to see how all this stuff can fit into your health and the big picture and get more of this kind of information. We'd love to see you. Check out our website at drmarcodc.com. You can see the two places where I'm working in Toronto, and we'll see you next week.